Hello there, guys, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, Zoomers and Boomers. It is Patrick here, Eggnoc Poker. New video today, and it has been a long time, hasn't it, since we posted video content? And I feel like I'm starting to have a bit of a tell on myself that every time I introduce myself to a video I begin with, we haven't had a video in a long time. So what I've done is I've tried to adapt and counter myself. I am going to basically completely re-upload this. To begin with, the 2 and out to 200 series. I am not happy with the fact that it's been such a long time since I've uploaded, and I do apologize for this. So, to counter this, what I have done is I've decided to re-release it, and in a absolute spurge of energy, or surge of energy, should I say, I have decided to upload every day, and I will be uploading every day. I'm basically recording a shit ton of content back to back, and it will all be uploading daily. So today, you'll be getting NL2. Tomorrow, you'll be getting NL5. The day after, you'll be getting NL10, 25, 50, 100, and then 200. And then I'm going to release a couple of, for like an hour and a half to 2 hours worth of 200 NL content. I'm not sure if I'm going to upload them all together or if I'm going to chop them into a few segments. I haven't decided yet, but it's going to happen. So over the next 2 weeks, every single day, daily updates, you'll be getting a new VOD also. In between that, I'm also going to be chucking in, I can't remember, is it part 3? It's either part 3 or part 4 of the sort of effective microstakes to low stakes effective cheat sheets. And the truths behind the curtain of how to beat the microstakes. We'll be uploading a new one of those. I've got a group study content document to upload. I'm decided, unfortunately, just for anyone quickly on my Discord, if you are signed up to the free group study session, what I'm going to do, because I am so busy, ridiculously busy, I've been ill, as you can probably hear, is I'm just going to upload a massive document, describe it, talk through it, explain it, upload it, and then just link everyone in the description on the Discord for anyone who's signed up to that. But that'll all be free on YouTube anyway. Just very quickly, as always, please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you everyone who's been subscribing. We're over 1,000 YouTube subscribers, which is pretty fucking sick. We're over 300 Twitch followers. I haven't been keeping up my obligations on Twitch either, so I do apologize. Anyway, so what we're doing today, what's going on? So the first one's going to be NL2, and like I said, this is not going to be a cop-out. We're not going to be spending another 6 months before we start seeing mid-stakes content and high-stakes content. So, like I said, today's NL2. I'm just re-releasing it, basically. NL2 today for 20, 30 minutes. And tomorrow you'll have NL5. The day after you'll have NL10, NL25, NL50, NL100, and then there'll be a couple of hours worth of NL200 content. I know a lot of people have been asking for it and promised it. So it will all be uploaded and it will be coming to you. So anyway, let's just get jumped in. Let's jump in the action. So what I've got here is NL2, and you need to give me 1 second. I've just realized very frustratingly that I have got both tables actually marked on the same link on my video. Give me 2 seconds. I do apologize. Left, I want NL2. That's what I want. And the right, I want NL1. Sorry, not NL2. Table 1. Okay, that should be done now, I believe. So hopefully the left should be the 7-9, and then we should have 8. All right. Yes, we're good. Excellent. Good to go. So, just always, so like in terms of like these VODs, I want to just reiterate something. These videos are purely for content. I'm not going to do dumb shit for the sake of it, like for absolute lols, but I am going to effectively be playing and trying to explain the best vacuum way of beating every stake in this video series. So I'm not going to be playing somewhat, like for example, between 2 and 0 and 100 and 0, or 2 and 0 and 50. I'm effectively only playing a somewhat sort of exploitative strategy, and then as we go up to like NL200 and stuff, we're gonna have to be playing like a certain way that's going to be extremely aggressive and GTO basically. So we've already got a couple of massive spots here already. I've timed out on table 2 because I'm just talking and trying to go through table 1. Basically, what I'm doing here, this is a very terrible start. We've timed out with top set on table 2. I decided to talk my way out of my time bank, which is an extremely bad start. So you can already start with a dislike on the video if you want. Table 1 there, we just made a very exploitative squeeze, very aggressive, but not really like terrible in theory, but kind of a bit aggressive for what you you don't have to be that aggressive in these stakes. But like a lot of people are going to be opening, they're going to be cold calling, they're going to be folding, they're going to be capped, and you can just do a lot of aggressive action. We block ace queen, and then we get a lot of get a shit ton of hands to fold by the river. Just very, very simple. Extremely bad start. Not really like the best. Haha, this is how you beat the stakes. And also on table 2, we unfortunately timed out top set. I forgot. Either I haven't got auto time bank or the time bank has been reduced. I'm not sure actually. I thought I had auto time bank there, but I did not. Or either that, or I'm just an absolute boomer and timed out regardless. I don't know what's going on here. I've checked flop. Bet small turn, face this kind of like small check min raise, which usually means death. But I feel like if this guy had a king, he would have just bet the turn. I don't know what this is. This is a very weak hand, like of some kind, to be honest. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to bet very small against it, try and induce a bluff from like 10 jack, or try and get called by like pocket fives or something weird, to be quite honest with you. But anyway, he had queen high. There you go. So we'll take that. So yeah, so these videos are all extremely based on what's needed to beat the stakes. A lot of my content has been mainly for fun, but also like, you know, a lot of GTA review, exploitative review, talk about how to beat micros, how to beat mid stakes, etc. I haven't released any proper mid and high stake content for a long time, so it's coming. So this channel will be moving into the mid to high stakes section now, as of the next couple of weeks. So that's something that'll be fun and exciting, hopefully, for everybody. But in terms of content, I want to just hear. I do. This is NL2. I do have some hard information because I've done about a million and a half hands in this stake over the last like 2 years, drilling GTO lines just to practice. So I do have some tags, notes, and some just very brief ones anyway, for the sake of it, for people who some of the players that I've got against. This is my nit tag. I don't have any actual stats on this guy though, so I don't know. Anyway, we're calling sevens. Big blind 3-bet is going to be monstrous, so you can actually, to be honest with you, probably folding is actually technically best. Actually, I actually regret my call because I think this clown's literally just going to have the nuts like almost every single time in a big blind 3-bet range. It's literally going to be absolute top of range. But I do think what we'll do we'll do exploitatively is, because he won't 3-bet ace queen or even ace king sometimes, is he may just bet the flop pure with a hand like kings, queens, jacks, and then check the turn, and then we just get to win by bluffing the turn. If he bets the turn, we just give up. He doesn't have king, queen of clubs in range. There you go. There's the check. So now what we do is we just bet the turn and then you shove the river. There you go, and you get him off kings. That's literally all I'm going to do. If he traps me with like ace king or whatever, or has like ace queen and stuff, like he's just going to win. And then sevens with a club is just really there you go, jam. So we're just targeting kings. There you go. Very, very exploitative. Very, very exploitative, you see? But like realistically, I think actually just folding sevens pure is probably just the absolute best action. If you kind of node lock villains like range in an absolute fashion, it's probably just a fold, to be honest with you. So yeah. But at least we made up for it post, and we've made a little bit back. But there you go. So table 2 would be betting this a lot with this candidate. With the fact that villain leads, it's going to be extremely volatile. He can have loads of anything. He can have draws, he can have made hands, he can be merging anything, he can have top bet. I'm not going to attack these type of recreationals. These type of recreational players are not the ones I want to get sort of funky with, if that makes sense. I want to have a direct, I want to have 2 overs, I want to have a gut shot, backdoor flush draw, I want to have something if I'm going to kind of do that kind of stuff. Because they're just going to call very easily and liberally. And it's going to be very difficult and very unnecessary to kind of like risk a lot of chippies against people like that. So we 3-bet ace queen, we've got jack, do, so I could bet very, very small. I'm not thinking theory, okay? Let's only think exploitative, because we're playing NL2. So what can we do? I can bet extremely small for value against worse ace highs, king highs. I can deny a little bit of equity, or I can just check back. Let's just start with a check. Really, we're just trying to avoid like massive sizings, because villains are just going to play their hand with their sizing. This sizing is going to be a queen, it's going to be a jack, it's going to a jack, it's going to be like some kind of merged hand or a bluff. It's not going to be ultra nutted, in my opinion. I could even raise here. I think I'm just going to take the more conservative option and just call. This is more of a theory thing. People aren't. I don't think he's bluffing enough, and I don't want to just raise and fold out like queen 10, for example. So I'm trying to avoid a pot size bet. This guy can have king queen, he can have ace 10, still have jack X, he can still have flushes. Don't want to get value here. It's very, very thin. I don't think I'm getting called by worse very often, so we're going to check back. Mostly win, I would assume. He's got 5-7 offsuit. No idea what's going But who knows? Ace 5, we've got top 2. Let's just start with a small bet. I would think the top 2 might actually have a small amount of slightly larger sizings on that texture, but we're not thinking strategic, only thinking exploitative. So I'm just going to go with a small bet, try and get called by Weston and start shelling turns effectively. All I would like to do. 10-4 off and 8, King 8 off. I believe it's going to be folds. I would think. 10 do suit. No, I would not like to defend that. Ace 10. Can go for some very aggressive 3-betting, but we want to be a bit careful versus like UTG range. People are overfolding. I want to be attacking. I'm also just as an exploitative thing. I think really a 2-0. I like you in a lot of previous videos are saying, oh, min opening and doing normal strategic stuff is great and learning GTO, whatever. I'll be honest, just exploitatively, just trying to beat the stakes. I would probably suggest just like 2.5 rather than 2. I think people kind of just auto call a lot of hands they would have folded when you min versus like going like 2.5 and stuff. I can 3-bet King Deuce off sometimes if I feel people are overfolding, but 3.5x open and stuff is going to be a fold. Flop top pair, GTO, we're effectively range checking. I don't want to range check. I want to bet and protect my top pair, get value from it. That's literally all I want to do. Can villain have 2 pair? Can villain have a top pair on this turn? Absolutely. I suppose what I want to do, again, only exploitatively, is bet very, very small. This is not really a thing as much. We're a little bit polarized to bet this turn, but I want to go really small exploitatively and just get called by like a 4 and stuff like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go very small size again, targeting 1 pair type hands and then folding ways. Extremely bad strategic line, extremely good exploitative one where people will go, oh, I've got King 4 of clubs, so cool, yeah, and then we just fold. It's just that easy. This guy's got no bluffs. This guy's not turning hands into bluffs. We get the calls from the hands we're targeting, and we don't really like sort of get binned. So that's kind of why we're doing what we're doing. Ace Jack, do we have enough showdown value? Probably in this line. I think everyone's just checking down a worse hand, or they're not folding anything better, so checking is good. If people lead, I will be raising. If people check, I will be betting. Very unlikely anyone's got ace queen, so we've got the best ace. So I'm going to go big and just try and exploitatively get as much as possible from like a 7 of clubs or like whatever. Like, if I get raised, I don't know, to be honest. Not sure. This guy's flat. I mean, technically speaking, like you can have some strong flats, but like in these levels, it's just funny as fuck. We do lose the ace queen, unfortunately. Guy just wants to get there and just call. Okay. But yeah, no, 2 things. Queen 9 offsuit. This is one thing. If you've got HUD data and you know that they fold a lot, and they open wide and fold a lot, or if they open too much and fold a lot, just 3-bet a lot and they'll fold. There's no like technical correct range, right? There's nothing perfect. It's just whatever you want. Like here, I've decided just to add a little bit of extra sauce into my 3-bet just because I've got a really good hand. It's just that simple. Like I've just got a really good hand. With a cold caller's range, again, it's volatile, but it's going to be a lot of pocket pairs. It's going to be a lot of strong suited Broadway. We're beating a lot of that, and we're not making the rest of it fold. So just check and go to showdown, ideally. I'm not looking to do like massive lines multi-way without a lot of equity. This is kind of close. I'm going to call the 3-bet with 10s here. I'm not going to 4-bet. I'm just going to probably call 1, see how action goes on the turn. We beat a lot of ace highs. Probably have to call turn now. We beat a lot of hands with ace king high here. Unblocking spade and heart combos, and they don't bluff river, so I am actually going to call. I actually got quite a lot of equity also myself. Hoping just to check down a win versus like king queen of hearts. Pocket queen's fine, no problem. With this guy snap checks back, I'm just going to go very small, targeting specifically ace highs, to be honest with you. It's obviously going to have 9s. We're losing to jacks anyway, but like this is the thing. These are not like, can I just say one thing as to kind of protect myself here without you people fucking backseating me automatically, is I'm not going through like GTO lines in these. I'm purely going exploitative. I just want to make the absolute money I can in a vacuum. Literally just want to make as much money as possible. With betting this board at very high frequency strategically, but exploitatively is my only reason now. I don't know what to make of this race, to be honest. It's probably just value, so I'm just going to fold. I mean, we've got nothing anyway, but I was wondering about like bet 3-betting that combo, but like no, I don't think so. I think we're just going to go with a line of like I don't mind bluffing or barreling off, blocking a lot of like the best hands, knowing people kind of get to the river and fold a lot and things like this when they're capped. I don't mind any of that. Don't mind going super thin for value. Don't mind doing any of that jargon. But calling down is the kind of the no-no in these stakes. That's the only kind of main avoidance. If people are showing a lot of aggression, I'm trying to debate whether I want to limp here or just open. Really, we should just be folding, but this is a recreational short stack. But you're going to... I'm going to limp and I'm just going to VP against him. I think I can make more money that way. And just going to check down his high. Snap date, you can still have like pocket fours and stuff, so I don't think I get value from my deuce. So I'm just going to check and probably fold, to be honest. I don't think he stabs with the hand worse as played. Again, we're just going to be going for low C betting. You can overbet this board strategically. I'm not going to do it, though. It's unnecessary. People just overfold versus small, don't attack small. So you get weight, you print more with this size. We block 7, 9, and Queen 9, so it's a good strategic hand to continue with. We block Queen Jack, which is a good continue. So I'm just going to be barreling the turn and then going big on the river. I'm tempted to actually just jam the river. He would have raised 2 pair, so I generally think he's got a lot of 1 pair. I think he's going to overfold to a jam. There you go. That's what I'm going to do. I don't think he ever calls with 1 pair to the size, honestly. I think if I go 30, I get tank called by Ace Jack, King Jack. If I jam, I think he folds, honestly. So that's what I'm going to do. Fold here. You don't have to take this much of an aggressive action, but it's just sizings. When he snap calls the flop, snap calls the turn, he's got loads of like 1 pair and draws. You don't have to like overbet shove. But this is an amazing combo to do so. So we can just all we're doing like this is an unnecessary like kind of, you don't need to go this big. But I just feel like people with 1 pair call anything up to pot and then a small overbet, like they still kind of call with Ace Jack, King Jack. Because he's just snap calling. It's either like, I'll be honest with you, I can go a smaller size and fold out loads of hands under the jack anyway. But like against all the 1 pairs, this is one thing for like NL2 that you can you can do quite well against the regs, is they just completely overfold to shoves. And his range is very capped and doesn't improve on that river. So his best hand is Ace Jack. And do I think Ace Jack's going to fold against like most of the, like 95% of the population to an overbet? Maybe, maybe not. But to a jam, they just fold every time, and you're never beat. You're never trapped, and they're never calling. Honestly, so I actually just prefer jamming. To be honest with you, I really do. Gonna fold Ace Jack here. Just gonna be. I mean, this is extremely good. This is a good board anyway for me, somewhat. But like in 3-bet pots, honestly, one of the best things you can do is just in 3-bet pots. That is effectively not pure C-bet, but extremely high frequency. Like with absolute, like just unrelenting, kind of like power. These are very weird boards to be led into. Like honestly, like if this guy's called with like A7 offsuit, does he really lead? I don't know. To be honest with you, I'm just gonna fold. It's probably a mistake. But trust me, like through these drills, I've seen the most random dog shit, and it's just like there's a lot of random shit where people just kind of like, oh, I've got something, so I kind of lead and don't know what I'm doing. It's just like you can just avoid the bullshit. I don't want to cool down with King High, and in these kind of games, I don't really want to kind of attack. I'm going to check down my 6 table too. I suppose I could have. Again, I'm going to go for a very small kind of like ultra thin value bet kind of thing. Just get called by like Queen Highs, King Highs, weird things. I'm going to call this A6. People overstab everything, so you kind of. You can raise a lot and call relatively wide, at least on flops. But, do we have showdown with a 6? Some. He just still improved to 2 pairs and trips on the river anyway, so like 10x and stuff. So I'm not gonna like be bluffing this. Jack 9 offsuit, like strategically thinking we can 3-bet this sometimes or fold versus 3x. Because of this, I'm going to fold versus 3x. I'm just going to assume that larger opens are generally stronger hands. Just generally. Kind of a general sort of assumption, which is quite reasonable. I'm going to make this first video half an hour because we spent 5 minutes talking, and then the rest are going to be sort of 20, 25 minutes. This candidate actually don't mind having some checks and letting this guy just bet, because what you'll find is you'll check and they'll bet their entire range because they just don't know what the fuck's going on. We're miles ahead of everything. We've got to pay, like, it's fine. We check calling the turn. It's probably best, I suppose. Like nothing. Like, I'll be honest. There's no point in ranging people because they have no idea what they're doing. I can check. I can check jam this river if I want to, or I'll just fold to shove. I don't. Do I think he's bluffing? No. To be honest with you, I just don't. So we're just gonna fold. Some find like some occasional hero calls and stuff. I'm not going to do that with that. I think we're just losing almost always. But the idea basically is you want to just be like value betting, you want to be bluffing, you want to be over bluffing, you want to be going really crazy with your sizes against cap ranges, and then people just fucking fall over. And then like I'm gonna make like again a really kind of disrespectful kind of value bet. Or am I? No, to be fair, I'm not. I think that should be pretty terrible. I river a sevens fall. This guy's snap checking down. I don't want to. I'm just. What I'm going to do is this is kind of like a silly thing. I'm just going to bet ultra small to try and get like, because I know he's snap folding or snap checking. But what you're trying to do, because remember the rake is astronomically high. Every one of these kind of like everyone is a fucking filthy nit or some weird fish. And all you want to like, it's the best thing to do is like to have good hands and value bet. But there's so many red line spots. Like if you're literally just going, oh, just have good hands, it's just not the way either. Like if you play tight, you'll develop a win rate. But if you learn to kind of like ultra lag it, then you'll crush it over the top. Like for example, it's just a case of like these people, like I call them like they're just robots, but they're really bad. Without sounding horrible, it's just the truth. You just have to understand like the animals you're in your environment, in your habitat, and these people just have the nuts when they raise, or they have like hands that don't make any sense. But it's most of the time value. And all you do is you just have better hands for value, and you just fold versus the tight player's aggression, and then you just do tons of bluffing against them, tons of small to medium pots, loads of bluffs, the occasional cold deck, and then you just that's how you get out of it effectively. I wouldn't recommend doing these stakes in the first place anyway, because they make you want to pull your hair out. But there you go. You know, if you're playing them and you're watching the content, this is technically how you beat them in a way. And again, just the thing like I'm not posting graphs and be like, oh, how do we do after 30 minutes and all this stuff. I know some people are interested, but it's like honestly, it's like I'll just say it brutally honestly. If you're watching people who are just doing random content and you're interested in how they've done after 30 minutes, it doesn't mean anything, because like the game doesn't work session by session. It works through process. It works through a long-term strategy. It works through like massive sample sizes. It doesn't work over like 5 hands, 10 hands. I can show loads of graphs and stuff and show you loads of win rates, but like it still doesn't mean anything, because these stakes are all completely irrelevant. I don't know. I've got no information, so I'm not just going to randomly 3-bet ace jack. And I'm not calling either. So overbet and checker our lines strategically, but like fuck all that. We're just playing exploitatively. I'll be honest with you, just because people can just have king high, queen high, and just check it down, I'm just going to check ace high down. I'm not going to have better ace highs and stuff like this. Calling the turn. We might be beat if the villain bets the river. Do I get called by worse is the question. I don't know. I would expect villain to just bet some kind of decent ace on the river. This is some weird merge bet with like 8s or something on the turn. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to bet 10%. Just get called by like 8s and 7s and stuff and never get bluffed. Like, that's basically what I'm going to do. I don't really know what's going on. Like, I don't know how I'm beat. I don't really know. This is what I'm saying. People are just fucking awful at this game. I don't know what to do here either, to be honest with you. Like, it wouldn't raise, call, squeeze. I'm just gonna get away from this with the queen 10. Do we 3-bet? Fuck, I'm losing my my marbles, I think. Yeah, I wasn't going to attack that raise with people behind. Just kind of those whatever spots. With some gay weird lead. Just finding the strategic lead. The strategic GTO study to prove lion by accident, I think. I think he's just got some kind of hand that's not going to fold, honestly. I've not got the board. If I had a backdoor flush draw, I would have probably raised or peeled the queen jack, but not without. Um, I don't mind being fancy, but I think that's a little bit too fancy. Another 5 minutes on this one. But yeah, like essentially these games are rake traps. They're extreme. They are beatable, but it's a case of like, what do you class as beat? You know, like what do you class as beating them? You have to play like astronomical amounts of volume with a really kind of like small medium win rate, or if you're playing in a way which is like, oh, I'll just play ultra tight and do all this. It's gonna take ages to even get out, and by the time you get out, it's like, is that really the strategy you want? For example, like that's not going to teach you to get out of like to play at any kind of like reasonable level. I actually kind of regret this squeeze. I actually prefer just calling or maybe slightly smaller in my squeeze because I just realized that guy's got 40 bigs, hasn't he? So he might jam over top of me with some like weird pocket pair or like ace shit ace, and I've kind of put myself in a not the most profitable spot ever. Let's see what I did with this queen. It went limp min raise. I 3-bet, and then he led. Oh yeah, these people are not fucking doing that. Yeah, checking back my 10 here. I don't know if I'm gonna bluff catch or not, to be honest. Just checking out the 10. There's nothing really to say here. Like these people are fucking nits, man. Like the fact that he doesn't go for value on the river, it just shows you how fucking bad people are. When it checks down to the river. I'm going to leave my gut shot, I think, table 2. I'm just going to fold if small blind bets, but I'm going to bet my gut shot. Kind of a bit dicey. We turn an open ender. Let's get 2 calls. I think I kind of have to have a mandatory continue, to be honest. Trying to fold out like a 6 or a 5 now, or like 2 random overs. I have to barrel non-club rivers as well, because the guy might peel with overs, pick up a flush draw, those type of things. So we'll be continuing. Now we just have to give up, I think. Overs with a club, 2 pair. Like I'm not gonna. Like something like this is kind of like pathetic to see because this is the kind of hands we're trying to fold on the turn. Should be calling a large size with a naked ace high stuff because you just be joined up. So this is it's kind of like, I mean, don't get me wrong, we've got like, oh, why are you checking back 10 high stuff? Because the rivered club comes in, it's a really bad hand to like then continue the bluff on the river. If it was a non-club, then we would have bluffed. I'm not gonna find any percentage bet with the 10s. I'm not gonna micro bet and stuff like this. I'm just trying to show exploitative play. Like we're just gonna check 10s. Like I'm going to call, and we're going to check call the turn because these people bet their entire range. And I'm going to bet ultra small versus like pocket 8s and stuff like this. And snap checks back and then snap jams. This is actually one of the weirdest spots. I suppose villain could have 5s, 6s, jacks, 9s. We unblock like ace queen of diamonds, ace x of diamonds. No, I'm just going to fold. It's fine. Our hand would normally just check, but I again honestly like I feel like I just get called. You do just get the calls from like ace jack, like ace 10 of spades, like ace queen of hearts. They do just call. So trust me, they do. They're fucking awful. So they don't find the fucking bluffs. They don't just go, you bet really small, you're gonna be bluffing. It's no. It's very very rare, like extremely rare. Just trying to get called by like some shit medium pocket pair or like an ace high. To be honest with you. Again, there's no worry about balance, frequency, or range. So you just play your hand, and get the like fuck strat. Like that's what I'm saying. Like NL2 is like just treat people with fucking disrespect. Just play like just literally just play your hand. And just get as much money as you can. This guy leads, we just fold. There you go, you win. That easy. Facing the check raise, these are the death spots. So I actually have hands on this guy. This guy's a 15-11. So what I'm gonna do is like just tell you right off the bat, this guy doesn't check raise ace jack. So he's got maybe 9-10 of diamonds, maybe jack x of diamonds, or I'm dead to a set. So or jack 8 and stuff. So what I'm gonna do is like, can he have jack 8 suited? No, probably not, to be honest with you. I think that we do have to call though, because you can still have like 9, 10 of diamonds, things like ace jack of diamonds and stuff. And now we're done. We're completely done with the hand in all capacities. Now we lose. We just lose to everything now. You notice how he only goes half pot because he's got a set or something like that, for example, or a flush. You know, I think he turns a flush. He goes bigger than half pot. So sizing tells, but I'm not going to attack him. So I don't want to try and make him fold like sets and stuff. I don't know if he does. Just in case he does randomly have a flush also, you know, like a fucking idiot. Do I want to call here? Well, you can theoretically, I suppose. I don't want to though. I want to just fucking get massive and squeeze. Usually you'd be polar and you'd have a hand like King 5 suited better, but like I don't care. I just feel like people fold a lot. I'm gonna go for a squeeze this time. I don't hate it some of the time. Not saying this is the best strategic line, but it's just they're gonna overfold over in general, and then just fold to like flop C bets, and you can range them almost like immediately with if it's an ace high board and they call flop and turn, you just give up river, but just immediately. Right, we'll play to the big blinds on both tables, and then we'll finish. And then we'll put up the NL5 video, which will be up for you guys in the next part. I'm going to call the flop with my 3. These guys are just going to have such a wide range. Like, I don't know where. I don't really know. I have no clue where I'm at in any of these fucking hands. I have absolutely no idea. Nothing makes sense. It's just random zoology shit. I don't know. I have no clue what I'm doing. To be honest with you, like I have no clue what these leads mean. This guy leads half pot. I block Queen 10, Queen Jack. I honestly just fold. This one's like they're just fucking misery. These takes they are just weird misery. I don't know. I'd want to hang myself if I was doing these all the time. This guy limps, we ISO. I mean, to be fair, folding is also probably fine because you probably got no fold equity whatsoever. People love a donk. They fucking love it. Everyone's been studying, apparently. No, I don't think they have. Pieces. So again, honestly, I'm just gonna literally just bet big. We're bored, good hand. Just try and get loads of money on. Literally all I'm trying to do. Just want to get called by draws, or want to get called by a pair, whatever. Just stick loads of money in. No one knows, and like no one has any clue about what's going on. It's just whatever their hand is. Excellent. Anyway, guys, thank you very much. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one for NL5. So, see you in the next one. Goodbye.